Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Black Gentleman's Culture Premium Cigar and Spirits channel. And today we're out with the Vegueros Entretiempos. I know I just butchered that, but excuse me. Cuban cigar. This used to be a very budget-friendly cigar, but I've looked it up, and right now it's going for $22 a stick. And I'm sorry, that's not budget-friendly. However, when I purchased this, these sticks were actually going for only $12. And in honor of that, I said I was going to put it with a whiskey. I couldn't do it because it just wasn't sitting right with me. So I paired it with a can of Canada Dry Ginger Ale, I believe blackberry. Now, the main reason I'm doing this video, and I'm actually excited, is check out the graveyard. The cigar graveyard is snow covered. And I tell people all the time, I do videos year round. It don't matter if it's cold, hot, or whatever. And today, it's cold, there's snow on the ground, and more importantly, like I tell people, you actually get a better flavor off of the cigar. Why? Because when you smoke them in the summer, hot air drawn through a hot cigar, there you go. You somewhat mute the flavor. Now, in the cold weather, cold air coming through just delivers a very nice, mild, well, excuse me, not mild, it delivers all the flavor because they're cherry, and the cigar can't heat up hot enough to ruin the flavor. And more importantly, if you got cigars that you notice when you smoke them, they get mushy, like they get soft, smoke them outside in the winter, and you'll notice they won't do that because they can't heat up all the way through and make the cigar feel mushy. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and light this up, and I'll see you somewhere in between the first, well, after the first third and before the half. All right. Okay, everyone. We are back, and as you can see, I have that kiddie roller coaster going on. Now, besides that, the draw is completely open. Yes, on this, it's completely open. It's a hand-rolled Cuban cigar. It's a puro, meaning wrapper, binder, and filler are all from Cuba. And more importantly, I put age on this. This cigar has got to be close to 10 years old. Now, the main reason that I like to age them, basically, everyone knows when you get Cuban cigars, they're extremely fresh. They don't do the New World way of keeping them from getting cigar beetles, meaning if you don't store them right, you let it get too warm, you may end up seeing a beetle pop out and mess up one of your cigars. Well, me, when I first got them, I refrigerated them for a couple of days. Then I stuck them in the freezer for a couple of days. Then I pulled them out, put them back in the fridge for a couple of days, then let them come up to room temperature before I put it back in the humidor. Now, that being said, this is a 4.3 by 52 stick. And right now, the flavor is on point. You're going to get heavy earth off of this, mixed with a little bit of black pepper and a soft creaminess coming from the smoke. Off the retro-hale and the smoke that is on the palate. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get to the halfway point, and I'll let you know how it's going from there. All right, folks. Okay, everyone, we are back, and we're basically at the halfway point. And as you can see, the burn is still on that little bit of roller coaster kick, but it's trying to even itself out. Now, the best part about this cigar is literally once you get past the first third. Now you're going to get hit with heavy spices. The black pepper kicks in a little bit stronger, but the woodiness that's coming through the cigar. Now, I don't know if people like woodiness in their cigars or not, but I do. And this one is delivering on spades. It's coming through nice, even. It's on the palate. It's through the retro-hale. And it's very, like I said, they say this cigar could be anywhere from medium to mild. And me, this is the perfect definition of a medium body cigar. The spices work together. The woodiness, the earthiness, they're all there. And it just basically lingers and plays around on the palate. Now, the best part about this is I'm sitting up here and I'm wondering why the sucker hasn't ashed itself. And as you can see, it's holding on and it hasn't dropped down my chest, which is making me pretty happy. Now, the reason why I chose this cigar today is, one, I love this cigar, and two, the perfect weather for it. Like I said, the snow is out, and me, right now, I'm in hog heaven. I'm enjoying this because the cold air keeps this from getting too hot and mushy, and that allows you to get all the flavor off of this cigar, or any cigar, truthfully, when the weather isn't basically over 40 degrees. Now, if you're in some places that's like this right now, put on some gloves and try it out. You won't be disappointed. And again, I chose this because, one, when I bought it, it was $12 a stick. And that, to me, is the perfect balling on a budget cigar. But unfortunately, with the tariffs and everything going on right now, these cigars are up to $22 a stick. So no, if you didn't purchase them before, say 3 years ago, yeah, the price ain't worth it to me sometimes. And this is one of them cigars I feel that should never be over $15 a stick. But can't control the economy, can't control the world economy, and that's where we're at. That being said, I'm going to go ahead, get this down to the final third, and I'm going to let you know how it's going from there. All right. Okay, we are down to that final third, and let me tell you, the ash hit me right in the chest right after that video, the halfway point. Now, as you can see, the burn is starting to get wonky, traditional of a Cuban cigar, but it is still holding tight. There's not a lot of basically the wrapper coming off. It's holding very firm, and that's due to the conditions that I'm smoking it in. So yes, that's why I love smoking cigars outside in the winter, because guess what? They perform way better than they do when the weather's warm. And unfortunately, you cannot convince me otherwise, because why? I smoke my cigars year round outside. I don't gotta have perfect conditions to smoke them. I smoke them as is in the conditions that I'm in. Now, the flavor change has kicked in again. Now the smoke is extremely creamy, and you're getting, again, more of that woody and earth flavor coming off of this. And like I said, a very, very pleasant, creamy retro-hale. Now the woodiness is lasting from one draw to the next, and the cigar itself is burning nice and slow. That's something that you really like to get out of a cigar, that when you're smoking them, the burn doesn't kick in and make it burn all wonky. The cold air helps with that. And one more thing, as you can see, I hit it with a giant hole punch. Let me get it into focus. There you go. And the main reason I did that, I didn't want the wrapper to come undone on me. And that will happen sometimes on smaller, thicker ring gauge cigars. That being said, this is the very first cigar of winter for me. And this is the Ballin' on a Budget first winter cigar. And I'm telling you, this right here with the can of pop, it's a $13 hit. So that's why it's on that Ballin' on a Budget. But today, like I said, if I bought the cigars now, it'll be a $23 hit, which is still Ballin' on a Budget, but I think the cigar shouldn't be more than 15 bucks when you're doing them Ballin' on a Budget. That being said, I'm going to go ahead in this video and I'm going to go inside and look for the next cigar. So you know how we got to end it. If you got a bunch of cigars, smoke them. If you got more than a bunch of cigars, please share them and make more cigar heads like us. All right, folks. See y'all on that next cigar.